I come to be with you in this moment, when everything across the planet seems to be turning upside down, crumbling, collapsing. It is, of course, true. Because, as you said earlier, there must be a collapse before there can be a breakthrough. This isn't necessarily always true on an individual level, but it needs to happen on the level of collective consciousness. Because the collective consciousness must understand that the old vibrational frequency within the three-dimensional illusion must collapse, must disappear. Sometimes it's simply this. For you to express yourself, you raise your vibrational frequency whenever you wish, whenever you need to. It doesn't require a huge effort. In fact, it requires an effortless effort to achieve it. Simply with intention, sometimes simply with being. It doesn't need to be a thinking process. It just needs to be a process of being. Be yourself. Be the love that is within you. That's all it takes. Be the gratitude that is within you. Express that gratitude toward others around you. But sometimes it's enough that you and the light surrounding and within you simply radiate out to others, because like attracts like. So you attract people to you through who you are, through the way you show up, paving the way for a consciousness of higher vibrational frequency. And again, it doesn't take much effort to make this happen. It is happening whether you participate in any given moment or not. It is happening because the energies are flowing onto the planet and flooding it with this higher light, these higher vibrational frequencies, and a higher consciousness. At this point, there is no way to stop it. Regardless of what the dark forces might devise in their old plans, plans that worked for thousands of years will no longer succeed. They cannot. They cannot withstand these higher energies, and they will cease to exist as these energies continue to rise higher and higher. All that is required of each of you is to realize that inner power, that inner light which you all possess, which you all carry within you. You all carry the Christic consciousness within you. It lies deep within your being, but it can be brought forth whenever you are ready to experience and express it. You are the Christic consciousness incarnate on this planet. It is you who are carrying the collective consciousness of humanity out of the illusory three-dimensional matrix toward the higher frequencies of the fourth and fifth dimensions. This is the ascension process, and more people are beginning to climb aboard this ascension train. Think about it. The train, so to speak, is there, and all you have to do is get on board. So let go. Live more and more in the present moment, but as you live that moment, be in a higher vibration. Simply through your thoughts, simply through your intention, and let your emotions take over to keep you anchored in those higher vibrational frequencies. I am Sananda, and I now leave you in peace, love, and unity. May you not only get on board that ascension train yourselves, but also encourage more and more people to climb aboard. The harmonious essence of April, dearest ones, we are entering one of the most stabilizing months of this year, as the energies will continue to increase afterward, keeping us in a steady wave until August, the most energetically intense month of this year. As confirmed by the Libra moon, along with this month's core essence of change yet also stabilization, through its 4/4 passage, this is a month for building bridges where separation once reigned, moving toward unity, even if everything seems to be moving in the opposite direction. Because it is not what it appears to be, but what I ask within us that will ultimately prevail for us. On a personal level, my guides share the importance during this time of working on unifying the pituitary and pineal glands. Both are important parts of our crown complex, and their synthesis is facilitated by the current stabilizing energies for many who are also willing, or already proceeding, to reconnect their divine masculine and feminine energies through the shoulder portals of their light body. Our pineal gland, beyond its primary bodily functions, is spiritually responsible for allowing us to project our consciousness through time and space, receiving the visions and interactions needed to navigate our human path. It is the key to accessing other dimensions or timelines. On the other hand, our pituitary gland is the gland that, in addition to regulating homeostasis, communicates the divine masculine and feminine essences within us, allowing them to merge into a single entity. The unification of both, together with the merging of divine masculine and feminine energies through the reconnection in the 6th and 7th dimensions, is one of the most important inner tasks to accomplish in order to recover the unity of the self and communication with our divine self, our guides, and other benevolent beings/dimensions. From a broader energetic perspective, April is a month that invites us to be love where love is absent, to be calm in the storm, and to be harmony and peace in the midst of chaos. We are moving through a month where we must find balance between individuality and collectivism, between ourselves and the all. We have a mission to help, but first we must nurture ourselves in order to do so. This is the time to find balance between what we need and what others need, because we too are engaged in a mission with the planet and all life forms, and often we must discern, listen to our bodies, and understand the most important mission we need to devote ourselves to right now. When our body needs help, we should not focus on other missions, because we would not be of help if we are not yet whole and healed. This is a time when the Libra moon at 12 degrees will invite us to recognize where it is most important to create harmony, focusing only on what we can do right now to foster peace, communication, and benevolent expansion, especially as it squares Jupiter and forms a quincunx with Mercury. Another significant aspect is the Saturn-Pluto sextile. The Saturn-Pluto sextile represents, as we are already observing, the new planetary order being created, the geopolitical transformation and new tactics for controlling the planet in unprecedented ways. Our mission, as ascending souls, is not to judge or ignore, but to unify and neutralize through the harmonic portal of our hearts what we are bombarded with and, unfortunately, cannot change. We can only expand the opposite polarity, the light, love, and harmony we create within ourselves, so that they may reach the all, in the way they are meant to. This reflects on a macro level another important message for April, also on a more individual level, especially in our relationships, the need to establish new healthy boundaries, not only within our divine gatherings but also with everything we co-create, such as lower energies, even our phones, Wi-Fi, and everything that influences the channels of our spiritual light body, things we must control, otherwise they will control us, keeping our consciousness tethered to the 3D trap that fosters, above all, soul separation and illusion. Setting healthy boundaries is often a difficult decision for us ascending souls, as others may perceive us as too demanding or even rude. However, we know that to maintain balance, peace of mind and heart, acting with integrity and authenticity is essential to remain calm and healthy both energetically and physically. We know that healthy boundaries are what prevent us from co-creating with lower forces, and once the decision is made, there is no going back. Otherwise, we will not achieve/create the results and state of being we aspire to. Where there is love, there is always understanding, kindness, and respect. When we are not given the opportunity to be understood or are rejected, we know it is still okay, because our energy is not meant to co-create where it is not appreciated and needed, and we must therefore sense where it truly belongs. May you surround yourself only with the love, harmony, and joy that you are and that you give to all, dearest ones. I wish you a happy month of April. Within infinite love, Natalia Alba, the Pleiadian Council, sacred balance of the nervous system, we connect today to share our guidance and illumination along your evolutionary path. Today we wish to share with you the wisdom that governs the sacred balance of your nervous system. Dearest ones, you are living through a time in which your bodies are processing more energy, more information, and more emotional density than at any other time in your recent history. What you often overlook, we consider one of your most sacred tools, your nervous system. Your nervous system is not merely biological. It is a bridge between dimensions. It is the translator between your physical experience and your energetic awareness. When it is overloaded, your perception narrows. When it is balanced, your consciousness expands. Many of you are engaged in a path of greater awareness, deeper intuition, and broader connection with universal wisdom. For this reason, understanding and rebalancing your nervous system is more important than ever. A dysregulated nervous system cannot sustain higher frequencies of awareness. To align your energetic receptors and receive clarity, your body must first feel safe. To access intuition, your system must relax. To embody greater love, your inner currents must be in harmony. You have been conditioned to live in survival mode, alert, defensive, and overstimulated. A constantly overstimulated nervous system dulls your inner guidance and distorts your perceptions. It is not your fault. For many, this is an inherited pattern. Yet now, you have the power to transform it. We, the Pleiadian Council, invite you to honor your nervous system as sacred. Allow silence to recalibrate your inner rhythms through the stillness between one breath and the next. Step away from the noise that distracts your mind to create deep recalibrations. When your nervous system is regulated, you become a pure channel, embodying awareness more deeply through balance. You are not meant to live in constant tension. You are designed for coherence, for flow, and for resonance with life itself. By caring for your nervous system, you not only stabilize yourselves, but you also stabilize the collective field of humanity. Every regulated being becomes an anchor of calm within the greater whole. This is how change happens, dearest ones. Returning to balance in order to embody greater awareness is essential. We, the Pleiadian Council, wish to thank you for this opportunity to connect at this time. We send to you, to your world, and to all its inhabitants our greatest love and undivided attention. Gaia, healing through love, dearest one. I am Gaia, your Mother Earth, Mother of love, Mother of joy, Mother of the senses. For when you walk upon my earth, when you walk upon the joy of my body, you are healed. You are healed through your senses. I come to you with a breath and I ask you to do the same. The breath of my wind, for this is how I caress you. I do this when you go to the ocean. The water flows through my body. You swim and immerse yourself. There I can hold you in my arms. There I can press you to my heart. Trees, feel my arms around you. Feel the strength of the trunks firmly rooted in the ground, and you too, beloved, can put down roots. And when you hear the birds singing among the branches, among the leaves, know that their songs have come for you, to travel through your entire body, to balance you, to give you energy, to help you remember the sweetness that lives within you. When you look up at my clouds and watch them move so gently, so silently, and remember the purification that comes from inner rain, this too is my gift to you, so that you may be cleansed, so that you may remember true unity, the sacredness of what you are, that you are of me and I am of you. And when you remember, as you walk, as you become one with the grass, with the trees, with the mountains, with the waters, you are healed, beloved. You are healed in every aspect. And you might cry out, asking why you are said to be healed yet still have this issue or that, or this difficulty. Trust, beloved, trust and know, for within you lies the power to change, to transform, to bring forth the healing you so deeply desire. It was never meant to remain a secret. It is revealed in your heart when you walk with me, when you sit with me, when you sing with me, when you breathe with me. Take a breath now, and let us remember it together. I do not say goodbye, because goodbye cannot exist, for we are one with love. The Federation of Light. When one leaves Earth, good morning. The wonderful thing about these channeling experiments is that it gives us a fresh perspective on topics of discussion. It seems to be helping many to broaden their horizons, so to speak. It helps us understand that we are only experimenting on this planet, and that once we're done, we go back home and see what's next. Does that mean we don't have to reincarnate as humans if we don't want to? Welcome, Blossom. Welcome to everyone. Yes, it is joyful that these experiments are helpful in this way, allowing thoughts to open up to so many other possibilities. The matter of choice, when one leaves the earth plane and then returns to it, rests entirely with the individual. Often, one is eager to do so because once at home, one can see the possibilities from a different perspective. The earth experience, for instance, if compared to doing the gardening with respect, would appear to many to be far more exciting. What I don't understand is that it's said there are many aspects of ourselves. So I guess that means I could be Blossom here on Earth now, but at the same time, be a fully evolved creature elsewhere. Correct? Correct. However, at the same time is not quite the expression we would use, given that time does not exist. So another aspect of you is being yourself elsewhere, because everything happens simultaneously. Hello. There we are. I know, but I don't understand it. So how many aspects of self can one have? As many as you wish. Remove the factor of time and replace it with forever. You see, Blossom, we have said, we are all one singular energy. So you are everything and every aspect. So it's not so much an individual, and I, the soul I know as me, moving elsewhere, as in the many aspects of my soul. Yes, it is, because in that awareness of the self, which is part of the all, you can expand as self. Tricky ground to explore. So everything, every experience we might have, is already there waiting for us, like choosing a vacation destination. Or do we have to invent new things to try? Consciousness is forever expanding, of itself. It cannot remain static, as it is. I'm confused. If everything already is, how can it expand? Perhaps we could replace the word expand with progress, change form. Yet, is not this progression, this changing of form, already part of the all? Good grief, why did I choose this topic? Blossom, it is simply not possible to understand everything there is to know about consciousness. Not from your current viewpoint. It really is tricky, as you say, to express in words. Even expansion is already present. Yet, we could say, perhaps not yet explored. I've heard that the Earth experience is one of the most advanced, in that the opportunities that arise allow the soul to accelerate its growth. I can't find another way to say it. It certainly allows for expansive growth in the ways of opening the soul's experience to various possibilities that enrich it. That sentence came through almost word for word, rather than fluidly. Again, your language is not always able to explain certain things. There are many other experiences besides the Earth one that produce the same effect. Yet if we are pure love from the start, so to speak, why does our soul need to grow and expand? Choices. It is through making different choices that one can experience different feelings. It all comes down to feelings. You can use 1,000 words trying to describe love, and yet they won't make you feel what it is. Experiences, however different, allow you to feel. They allow you to experience your emotions. Feeling all emotions is a blessing. Some experiences do not give the soul the opportunity to do that in the same way that, for instance, your Earth experience does. So why choose it for the next experience after the one just had? So if I decided to leave and be a breath of fresh air, what made me say that I don't know? I guess you know. Being that breath of fresh air, would I remember I'd just left being Blossom the human on planet Earth? Not directly, because you would be experiencing being a breath of fresh air. However, the deeper we go into this, the more complicated it becomes. Because it is unlikely that you would go from being someone on Earth to a breath of fresh air. Why? Because the energy of you that was on Earth would more likely choose something similar to that experience, an enhancement of the human form, but perhaps not human, or return to Earth. You would choose. Can you understand, Blossom, why this is so difficult to grasp? Yes, it's quite difficult to keep this conversation flowing. We can complicate things further by saying, perhaps you are a breath of fresh air, as well as Blossom, the human being. Well, yes, if we are everything, then that makes sense. However, it is also true that living an experience depends on one's point of view. Yes, everything happens simultaneously, and yet, the point you focus your attention on is the point where you believe you are. As if that attention is the only aspect of you in that now. Okay, another thought. So when we say, a blossom comes through me, could that blossom be the part of me that is focused on being a blossom? How ridiculous. Pass me the drugs. Someone. Yes, that could. Was it? No. Could I ever channel another aspect of myself? Perhaps. However, that would become very complicated. Really? It's confusing enough with White Cloud and 3 others in my head in one session. I certainly don't need another me butting in. I think it's the aspects of a person's individuality that mess with my mind, along with a billion other things. How do we know we truly are individuals when we can experience everything there is, do we not come from the all? From love rather than I blossom? Finally, really? This is driving me insane. Perhaps we should change the subject. Blossom, we do not expect you to understand all that we are trying to convey. It truly is incomprehensible for you, in this now of you being so focused on yourself. Return to the aspect of love of you. Know that you are love. Know that love is all there is. Be love, enjoy love. I am trying my utmost. Living love in all its manifestations is the only truth I know. Because my soul can feel it, and when it is obviously present, then I know it is all that matters. It is the only feeling that lets me know I am it. Phew. Perhaps I need to stop there for today. Usually it takes me an hour. Today we've gone 20 minutes over, because I keep stopping, shaking my head, and concentrating really hard, not knowing how to proceed. Blossom, Goodchild, we know you do your best. We know that all of you do your best, even when you don't realize it. Accept the tiredness, accept the energies and the thoughts that intrude, accept them, but do not let them overwhelm you. Some days it rains, some days the sun shines, your mood and state of being become a roller coaster. Yet, when you breathe deeply and reclaim your energy, you feel ready to move forward, with the love that fills your being, in the knowing that what you came to do, you are doing. Focus on being yourself. In love. What can I say? For today, I've said enough. Thank you, guys, for trying. Always forward. With gratitude. In loving service. I am.